to record. We are recording today. So make your way to the mat and just find a comfortable seated position. If you prefer lying down, that's absolutely fine. Finding your way. If you are sitting with me, you might take your hands to your knees. Your knees might be up. That's okay. Remember, you can always use pillows and blocks and have, that belt handy so that you can use the strap this morning. Hi, Lynn. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Joe. Glad everybody is here in our yoga community. Go ahead and rock side to side on your sitting bones so that you can feel your seat. And you can inhale your shoulders up to your ears, and you can drop them down your back. I invite you to close your eyes if that is comfortable and just settle in. So you're sitting up straight, but let it go just a little bit. Let your shoulders drop down your back. Tilt your chin just a little closer to your chest. And with your eyes closed, picture where you are for the hour, this hour that you're taking for yourself on the mat, and come to your breath, setting an intention for your practice this morning, and just breathe. Take your right hand and bring your pointer finger and your middle finger just to rest gently between your eyebrows. And notice your breath. Bring your left hand to your belly and let all of your belly muscles go. Notice the difference in your breath. You have more space to breathe. And then you can take that left hand underneath your right elbow to help support your arm. And then making sure all the air is squeezed out of your lungs, take your right thumb and close your right nostril and inhale slowly and deeply until you fill your lungs. Really ballooning out your stomach, puffing up your chest. Imagine that you're breathing all the way to the top of your head. And go ahead and change finger positions and let go with your thumb and hold on with your index finger and breathe out through your right nostril. Really squeezing all of the air out. When you get to the bottom of your breath, inhale again, keeping your fingers the same. When you reach the top of your breath, pause for just a moment, changing your fingers, closing your right nostril with your thumb, opening your left, and sigh it out slowly through your left nostril. When you get to the bottom of your breath, inhale again. And then at your own pace, when you are ready, change your finger position and exhale. Taking several rounds of this Nadi Shodhana breath at your own pace. Remember that you change your finger position for the exhales and keep them the same for the inhales. After your next full round, you can go ahead and let your fingers go, coming back to your natural breath. You can start to blink your eyes open, and then it might feel good. Let's take a nice good morning stretch. Reach up. You can look up and reach. And then let's twist to the right. Left hand on your right knee, right hand behind you. You can walk your fingers over to the wall that's to the left of you, looking over your shoulder. We're going to take a few breaths here. Make sure you're stretching the crown of your head more towards the ceiling. And you're also, as you inhale, can you twist just a little bit more and breathe? On your next inhale, come back to center, reaching up, really, really stretching, and then take it to the left, right hand on your left knee, left hand behind you, walking towards the wall to the right, sitting up straight. Stretch that crown of your head a little higher towards the ceiling. As you inhale, can you twist just a little bit more? And then we'll come back to center, and then we'll take one breath for our movement. Exhale to the right, inhaling back through center, and exhale to the left, inhaling back through center, exhale to the right, inhaling back through center, exhale to the left, inhaling back through center, reach up, dropping your right hand off to the right side, stretch and really reach that left arm as much as you can. Straighten it and really pull. Use your right arm to push back a little bit. Make sure your left sitting bone is not popping off the mat, and really stretch. You should feel a good stretch all along the left side of your body. Maybe you can go a little bit lower towards the ground and breathe, feeling that great stretch along your body. And then inhale, come up and reach again, and take it in the opposite direction, feeling that wonderful stretch along the right side of your body this time, really stretching here, breathing. Maybe you can look up and under your arm to the ceiling, maybe going a little more towards the floor. Inhale, come up, and then we'll take one breath for the moment. So we're inhaling, exhale to the right, inhaling back to center, reach up, exhale to the left, inhaling back through center, and exhale to the right, inhaling back through center, and exhale to the left, inhaling back through center, reach up, and then bring your hands back to rest in a comfortable place on your lap. Go ahead and tilt your chin down to your chest. Make sure that you are breathing here. And you tilt it a little bit more. You should be feeling a nice stretch all along the back of your neck. And then keeping your chin down, start to slowly move it towards your left shoulder. You should never feel any shooting pain if you do back out, but you might come to your edge. Go as far as you can, keeping your chin down. Make sure you are breathing in and out through your nose. There's no holding your breath in yoga. Make sure you're breathing. And then slowly come back through center and take your chin to your right shoulder. You should feel a good stretch along the left side of your neck. Try to relax here and breathe. You can even close your eyes if you want. Slowly coming back through center. Let's take some full head rolls very slowly. Really coming around, getting into every nook and cranny. And then take it in the opposite direction. And then come back to center. Go ahead and make sure that you do have, I need to get mine ready too, have your strap, belt, towel, something ready. And go ahead and come to your mat and send your feet out in front of you. And then flexing your feet forward, let's take that strap and take it around your feet. And then, so it's around the balls of your feet. So it's between the front and the middle, right down the middle of your feet. And then sit up, really kind of pulling on the strap and sit up straight, pulling your shoulders back. And flexing your feet back, go ahead and start to hinge forward, pulling on that strap a little bit. You should feel a good stretch in your hamstrings. Go ahead and breathe here. Let your head, neck, and shoulders go. Go ahead and come back up, and you can let the strap go, have it within reach. And sending your arms in front of you, inhale. And as you exhale, come down as slowly as you can, using that core strength coming down to the mat. See how slow you can go to get all the way back down. And when you get here, we'll reward ourselves with a good morning stretch. So send your arms up overhead and point your toes and really flex up all of your muscles. And as you exhale, let everything flop and go. Inhaling, stretch and flex. And exhale, relax. Inhaling, stretch. Exhale, bend your knees, bringing them into your chest. You can clasp your hands, interlacing your fingers. You might grab for opposite wrists. You might even grab for opposite elbows. You can experiment with how that feels as you come into a tighter ball and rock side to side, giving your lower back a massage, and breathe. And then let's find that strap again and take it around the bottoms of both of your feet, sending your feet up to the ceiling, hand on either side, pushing your feet more into the strap. Your legs are becoming straightish, or they might be a little bit bent, but try to work on straightening them as much as it works in your body. If you're really bent, but you're working on straightening, then that is the stretch that your body needs. So go ahead and pull on the strap a little bit more, pulling your feet like you're pulling them behind you, up and over your head. You should feel your whole spine on the mat, making contact, getting a good, this is really good for your lower back as well. So go ahead and breathe here. And then bend your left knee and send your left leg to the ground. If you have any pinching in your back, you can always bring the sole of your foot to the mat. You can have your foot resting. This gives you a little bit more of a stretch. You'll notice when you straighten out your leg. You can always, for core strength, hover that left foot in any of these poses that we're doing on our backs. Go ahead and take both sides of the strap in your right hand. Send your left hand out, palm down to the side for balance. And start to open your foot to the right, any amount. You might experiment with moving your hand up and down the strap so you can bring your elbow to the ground so that your arm is not doing all the work. Let your leg just open. You're pushing your foot into the strap. You're also, again, pulling that strap behind you a little bit. That'll give you more of that hamstring stretch. Make sure you are breathing. Your hip points should be straight up at the ceiling so your body is not rolling, just your leg is opening here. Make sure you are breathing, feeling that good stretch in your hamstring. On your next inhale, come back up to center. Let's switch hands, sending your right hand out to the side and twist across. Make sure your right shoulder is staying on the mat. Your right hip is going to be moving up and over a little bit. So go as much as you can. You should not feel any shooting pain. Again, stretch your foot into the strap, pulling the strap a little bit. So you're, again, pulling it towards your head, towards the wall behind you. You turn and look at your right hand. If that works in your head, neck, and shoulders, you should feel a good twist in your torso here. Go ahead and come back up to center on your next inhale. Keeping that strap in your left hand, keep your right hip glued to the mat, and go ahead and just move that small amount so that you're stretching in your IT band here. You shouldn't feel any shooting pain, but this is, I don't know, I feel like it's uncomfortable, but the more I do it, the less uncomfortable it is, if that makes sense. So it must be doing some good. So think about all the good that we're doing for our bodies. Go ahead and come back to center and take both sides of the strap, and let's bring our left foot back up to join our right. And you can again pull back, feeling that good stretch. And then go ahead and let your right leg come back down to the mat, taking both sides of the strap in your left hand, right hand to the side. Start to open your foot to the right, breathing here. Pushing that foot a little bit more into the strap, pulling that strap a little bit more behind you. You can really stretch the foot that's on the ground. You can actually hover it if you want to. Make sure you are breathing. Come all the way back up and then switch hands. And on your next exhale, start to twist across. Remember, this time your left shoulder should stay on the mat. You turn and look towards your left hand if you like. Really pushing your foot into the strap and pulling. Make sure that you are breathing here. And inhale, come back up to center. And then take your foot just a little bit to the right. Make sure you are breathing. Getting that IT band on the left side. And then inhale, come back to center. Let's take our right foot back up into the strap again, really pushing and stretching here. And then bend your knees, and we'll let go of the strap. Take both hands on your knees, and then stretch your hands forward, pushing your knees away from you. And then bring both of your knees to the right. You're kind of rocking on your lower spine and coming around in the biggest circle you can, and then come close to your chest, and then we'll take that to the left. You can keep going in that direction, making the biggest circle that you can, like you're taking both knees and drawing on the ceiling and rocking on your lower spine. Take that in the opposite direction. Go ahead and interlace your fingers, send your left leg long, clasping onto your shin. Inhale your right knee towards your right shoulder. You can hover that left foot, you can bend that left foot. Exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull. And exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull. And exhale, send that right leg down, bring the left leg up. See what I did? A little trick there. Little core strength. You can hover that right foot for more core strength, or you can let it go, or you can bend it if you need to for your lower back. Inhaling, pull that left knee in, and exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull, and exhale, relax. Inhaling, pull, and exhale, sending your left leg down. We're going to meet in tabletop. We can take some spine rolls first if you would like. So go ahead and bring your hands to the back of your thighs. A little roll all the way up and down, or you can give this a total skip. Make sure in tabletop, if you're doing traditional, your fingers are spread. You're clawing your finger pads so that you're not putting all of the weight on your wrists. I think I say that every time, but it's so important. If you have any pain in your wrist, you can come up onto your fists. This is also a place where you can take, if you bought yoga blocks. I don't know where my other one just went. Oh, there it is. You can take your yoga blocks and you can put them down as well and grip onto them if that is better for you. If your arms are really, having trouble, you can always sit and you can do cat and cow in that position as well to get that same sort of stretch. So make sure you ask me. You can ask me in comments or just send me a private message. If there's any pose today that doesn't work for you, let me know, because I can't see what y'all are doing at home, and I can give you some alternates to do. Go ahead and put your hands underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. You're on the tops of your feet. Look towards your feet. If you can see them, scoot them over. On your next inhale, drop your belly, lift your hips, lift your gaze, really stretching here. And then like you're moving through honey, very slowly on the exhale, start to tuck your tail, arch your spine, pushing away like a scared cat, looking towards your navel, and inhaling cow, and exhaling cat, inhaling cow, and exhaling cat, really pushing away with your arms, inhaling cow, and exhaling cat. Inhaling, come back to that neutral spine. On the exhale, look over your right shoulder, move your right hip to the right. Inhaling back through center. Exhale to the left. Inhaling back through center. Exhale to the right. Inhaling back through center. Exhale to the left. Inhaling, come back to center. On your next inhale, kick your left foot back like a karate chop to the back of the room. And let's hold that for a couple of poses. Really breaths here. We'll stretch, stretch, stretch. And on the exhale, start to fold, bending your knee, coming towards your forehead. And then come and stretch out again and turn your toes down and come back down on your toes. And then push away gently. You can kind of rock back. This will get into your calf muscles here and get a nice good stretch. And then come back to tabletop and exhale. On the next inhale, kick that right foot back like you're karate chopping something behind you. Let's hold that, really stretching for a couple of breaths here. And then on the exhale, bring your forehead to your knee like you're in a tight little ball here. And then send your leg back as you inhale and kick back again. And then turning your toes under, tucking your toes under, push back. And you can kind of rock back onto that shin. Come back to tabletop. We're going to meet in standing. If you would like to take a downward, we're going to meet in forward fold. We'll get to standing. But go ahead and tuck your toes if downward dog is in your pose. Using your hands, just like we did before, you're clawing your finger pads, push up into that upside down V. Really pushing away with your arms. Remember that if you would like to try this and the ground is not accessible to you, you can always come to a sofa or a chair or piece of furniture to hold on instead of being all the way down on the ground. Walk your dog here. And then go ahead and take your hands and walk them back to your feet. And then take a look at your feet. They should be straight, like you're standing on railroad tracks. Toes should not be in or out. Go ahead and measure with your fists, 2 fists between your feet. Bend your knees so that your torso is resting on your thighs. Grab for opposite elbows. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. And then let your head, neck, and shoulders just totally go. I challenge you. You probably have one more muscle. Just let it go. Let your head go. It's not going anywhere, I promise. And you can work on straightening your legs or not, maybe one at a time. You can sway side to side. Make sure you're breathing. And then you get your hands down to the mat. And if you're having to bend a lot to do that, this is a great place to use blocks. So if you have blocks, you can use them. If you have soup cans, books, whatever works for you. And we're going to, so maybe your fingertips easily touch the ground. Maybe they don't. Go ahead, keeping your hip points forward. Start to walk your hands to the right. You feel a really good twist. This is good for your hips. You feel a little bit of an opener there. Make sure you're breathing. And then come back through center. And we'll walk that to the left. Breathe. And then you can let those props go. And then just for an extra thing to try, if you have for your shoulders, if this does not work for you, you can keep your hands in prayer, but you can clasp your hands behind you and then squeezing your shoulders together, really reach those hands out like they're coming up and over for your shoulders here. And breathe. Okay, let that go. We're going to come up to standing. Come up as slowly as you can with a slight bend in your knees. And then reach up. And we'll take a balance pose. So take a look down at your left foot, and you can bounce in your knee and lift all your toes up and spread your toes wide and put them back down. I'll challenge you. Try putting them down, starting with your pinky and your next toe. They seem to come down as a group, but as you practice, you get a little better at it. And then go ahead, and we're going to cross our right ankle above our right knee. And look at something that's not moving. That's not me. That's your drishti point. Bring your hands together, and you can start to bend that left knee, coming as close to the ground as you like. You can even come down and touch if you want. Breathe. If you fall out, just get right back in. Go ahead and start to stand up, and you can bring your knee up. You can come side to side. Let's try that on the other side. So look down at your right foot. lifting your toes up. You can put them down one at a time. Nice little bounce in the knee. And then cross your left ankle just above your right knee, squeezing your hands together. It can help balance too if you're working on actively pushing that left knee like it's going behind you. And then you can start to bend that knee. Knee down. Make sure that you are breathing. If you fall out, just get right back in. Try to take the death grip out of your toes. Go ahead and bring your left knee up, and you can put it down. And we'll go back and forth. Let's do one more balance. We're going to come up on our tippy toes and reach up. So you're on your toes, both feet, and look at your feet. They don't have them too close together. Have them about hip width distance apart. And then staying on your tippy toes, start to bend your knees, swinging your arms down and behind you, coming up on your toes, really reaching behind you. You can gaze at something on your floor way ahead of you, like maybe 3 or 4 feet ahead of you. And come down as low as you can, like you're skiing down a hill on your toes. And then we'll start to slowly come back up. Try to stay on your tippy toes and stretch up again. And then come down. You can shake your feet out a little bit. We're going to meet in sitting. If you'd like to take the Malasana squat, you'll have your feet hip width distance apart. You can reach up into star. And then you're going to go ahead and bring your hands together and come down. And your elbows can come between your knees. You can feel a good stretch here. If this is not in your repertoire, you can just make your way to sitting back down on the mat. Go ahead and sit back, Lapasana. And we're going to do some breathing exercises. Our breath of fire. We'll get into our shoulders and our breath. So let's go ahead, find that comfortable position. Remember, it's a very sharp and quick breath through your nose. Your lips are sealed. On the inhale, breathe in, shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, drop them. And so it's a very quick movement. If you have any shoulder issues, you can choose one of the other things to do with your arms, or just leave your hands, leave it straight. So go ahead, have a tissue handy, and we will begin. State about 20 or count 20. Let's do about 20 breath of fire. And then come back to your natural breath. The next one, bring your arms up, and we're going to open, and then we will close. So take about 20 breath of fire. And then come back to your natural breath. Make a fist. Your thumbs are on the outside. And on the inhale, we'll punch up. And on the exhale, we'll bring our elbows down. So remember, very quick and short breaths through your nose. Breath of fire. And then come back to your natural breath. Start to send your feet out in front of you as you sit. Let me just get my... So go ahead. And you have your legs forward. And then let's bring them wide for that wide straddle. This will get into your hips. You can have props or not. You can prop pillows in front of you, or you can just lean forward. Today, I think I'll demonstrate without props. If you have any pinching in your back, you can always flex your feet towards you, and that will help to settle in your lower back, so you can begin like that, and then let your feet flop. If your knees are having trouble, you can bring them a little closer together. You can also put pillows underneath your legs if your legs are not straight. So let's do a forward fold. We will inhale up And exhale, just start to come forward. Your hands might rest on pillows or blocks. Just let your head, neck, and shoulders go. If you want to have pillows or bolster here, you can. Or you can just let your head, neck, and shoulders go. And then you'll find in this pose, find stillness, but you might find yourself inching just a little forward, letting gravity do its thing. Remember, if there's any shooting pain, please come out. So find that stillness. Remember, this gets into your fascia, your connective tissue. By finding that stillness, it gets the stretch that it needs. So go ahead and breathe. Sure you are breathing and that you're not clenching your jaw or your shoulders, that you've just let all of those muscles melt towards the earth. Go ahead and slowly come up, and you can bring your feet back together. And then bending your knees, go ahead and come back to your back. The soles of your feet are on the mat near your hips. Your hands are palm down, and kind of scoot your shoulders underneath, tucking your chin, and don't look right or left as you lift up. But we're going to come up into a bridge pose. So lifting your hips up any amount. If you have a block handy, you can take that and put it right by your natural waist. So it's just above the end of your spine. And it can be on the side, or perhaps you can lift up enough to get it on the high side. And then you can relax back down, tucking your chin, sending your shoulders back. If you don't have a block, you might interlace your hands together and push away with your hands. If you need to come out and rest for a moment and come back up, that's fine. If you have the block, can rest here for a moment on the block. This is bending our spine the other way. These kinds of backward bends like this, they help with our posture. They help us to keep from having our shoulders slumping. You might notice that you find yourself walking a little bit more straight after doing bridge pose. Go ahead, and if you have the block, you can remove that and you can come back out. Go ahead and take a nice good morning stretch. And then bending your knees, coming back to the middle, go ahead and lift your hips up and move them just a little bit to the left of your mat. We're going for that banana asana, that C-shaped pose. Go ahead and start to walk your feet to the bottom right of your mat. Grab for opposite elbows, framing your head if that works for you. If not, you can keep your arms long. And your left bicep should be by your ear, and you can start moving your shoulders and your head to the top right of your mat. You should not, your left shoulder should stay on the mat. So if it's popping up, just go back a little bit. Your legs, you might like to keep your feet together. You can also cross that left ankle up and over. And then the challenge is go ahead and see if you can relax your hips, relax the central body. If you're stressed, if you're tensing all those muscles, I can guarantee this feels terrible. So go ahead and relax the central part of your body. Relax your hips, relax your shoulders. See if you can relax more into the pose. I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable and just breathe. Try to find a sense of stillness that works in your body and breathe in this banana asana pose. Make sure you are breathing and everything is relaxed. Slowly start to unwind, coming back to the center, bending your knees, bringing your hips back to the center. Take your feet as wide as the mat, bring your arms out like at a T, and very slowly and gently start to windshield wiper your knees so that one knee is aiming for the bottom of the other foot. And then go ahead and take a stretch. And on the exhale, you can bring your knees into your chest. You can rock gently again on your lower back. And then bringing the soles of your feet to the mat, lift your hips up and bring them to the right side of your mat. And start to walk your feet, extending your legs long. Walk your feet to the bottom left corner of your mat. Again, you can cross your right leg up and over. You're gonna make that box with your arms again, but cross them the opposite way. So whichever arm was on top the last time, and you'll know which one because it'll feel a little weird. Go ahead and come up and you'll have your right bicep by your right ear. And start to move your shoulders to the top left of your mat, your feet to the bottom. If your right shoulder is popping up, just back up a little bit. And then the trick is settle in, let your torso relax. I guarantee this side feels really different. Let your shoulders totally relax, let your head and neck relax. You can let your legs relax, let your hips relax. You should be feeling a really good stretch all along your right side. So find what works for you and then let everything go into the mat, finding that stillness and breathe. Make sure you are breathing and that your hips and shoulders are totally relaxed. And gently unwind, coming back to the center. We're going to move to our figure 4 hip opener. If you're not using the wall, you can cross your ankle and send your foot through, grabbing for the back of your thigh. Or maybe this is, your legs might be really tight. This might be enough. If your knee is way forward, you can use your right hand to gently push it a little bit more so that you are aiming towards, don't force anything, but you should be getting a good stretch. Otherwise, you might be able to bring that hand through and come through. If any of you practice traditional pigeon, the upright pose, I'll just show it. I haven't shown it in a while, I don't think, is you're going to bring your foot parallel to the top of the mat and you bring your left leg back. And you want to make sure you're coming straight down. Most people's hips do not make it to the ground, so they tend to get right or left, but you want to come straight down. A lot of people like to put a block so that you can totally rest. So you're welcome to try this pose. If you haven't, you get the same kind of stretch in your hips. I'm going to go to the wall, my favorite way to practice, and you can follow me to the wall if you like, and then you'll get to do some legs up the wall as well. So whichever side you're facing, hip up against the wall, and then very gracefully swing up, and then scoot a little closer if your hips are not right on the wall. And then you can just let your arms flop at your side. Go ahead, crossing your right ankle on the thigh side of above your knee. We're upside down, so if you were standing, it would be above your knee. So go ahead. This might be your pose. Again, if your knee is way in, it might be that what you're working on today is getting your knee a little bit closer so that you're making that upside down boar. Tuck your chin a little closer to your chest. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hips. And if you need a little bit more, you can start to bend that left leg, bringing everything a little closer. Wherever you are, you should be getting a nice stretch in your right hip. This is sending blood flow to that important hip flexor joint. And you can just settle into total stillness and breathe. if you can let your hips go more, relax your shoulders more, feel yourself sink into the ground, let gravity bring you to more relaxation. Go ahead and unwind. If you're at the wall with me, you can just send your legs up the wall. You can take a quick stretch with your arms. If you're on the floor, just have your legs long along the floor. You can point and flex your toes and your feet. And then go ahead and we're going to cross our left ankle just above our right knee, where it would be if you were standing. Arms at your side. Again, if you're in the middle of the floor, you can take that left hand through that keyhole that you made and clasp behind your thigh, or maybe even the top of your shin. Just don't ever grab for your knee. We always want to protect that knee joint. Tuck your chin a little closer to your chest wherever you are, and start to settle into your pose. Again, if you're at the wall, you might start to bend that right knee. If your knee is way out, what you might be working on instead is keeping that right leg long, and maybe taking your left hand and gently pushing that knee a little bit. Don't go to pain, but pushing it a little bit more so that you get to here. I'd rather you be here than like this, just crunching everything in, because you want to get that stretch in your hip. So this might be enough to stretch your hip. If your hips are a little bit more open, you can start to bend that right leg. If you're on the floor, maybe that gets pulled a little closer to you. So settle into what works for your body. Wherever you are, you should be getting a really good stretch in your left hip. But remember, any shooting pain, just come back. You can hang out and just plain old legs up the wall if you need to. Go ahead, settle into stillness, find your breath. And once you get there, try to stay still and breathe. Go ahead and gently unwind. If you're at the wall, you can send your legs up the wall. If you're on the floor, you can stretch wherever you are, and you can stay. I invite you to stay at the wall for your final savasana as well, and your twists if you want to. Then you can go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. So if you're on the floor, you can do the same thing. Arms out to the side. We're going to drop our knees to the right. If you're at the wall, you can use your feet to help you walk down to the right, keeping that left shoulder on the mat. If your knees are not coming all the way to the wall, that's a good time to grab a pillow or a block or something to put under your knee. If you're in the middle of the room, you might want to cross your left leg up and over if you need a little bit more of a twist. Your left shoulder should be staying on the mat. You can turn and look towards your left hand and close your eyes if that works for you. You should be feeling a good twist in the central part of your body. I'll remind you, this is good for bringing blood flow to your digestive organs. Make sure you are breathing. Go ahead and come back to center. And you can keep going, and we'll take our legs, if you're in the center of the floor, your knees together, or you can cross that right leg up and over. That'll give you a little bit more of a twist if you need that in your body. If you're at the wall with me, you can just walk your feet down. Again, if your knee is not making it to the ground, put a block or a pillow underneath that knee so that you can totally let your hips go and relax. You can turn and look towards your right hand and just settle in, letting your hips relax, your torso relax. You should feel a really good twist. So for whatever you need to adjust to get that twist in your body, look towards your right hand. You can close your eyes and just relax and breathe. Gently unwind, coming back to center, taking any last minute stretches that you want. You can even take stretches at the wall. Happy baby is always nice when you're bringing your knees wide towards your armpits and grabbing for the outer edge of your feet. You can rock. If you can't get your feet, that's okay. You can just hold onto your ankles. Maybe peace sign finger to your toe and stretch. Maybe grab your strap and stretch. Maybe twist your elbows. Maybe sorry, not your elbows. Twist your wrists and your ankles. You can do your elbows too, and find that place that you need to stretch, everything that needs doing, maybe rocking your head side to side. Before you settle in, if you're at the wall, if your hips have come off the wall, scoot a little closer. Your legs can just rest against the wall, arms flopping at your side, chin tilted. If you're in the middle of the floor for traditional Shavasana, just relax with your arms at the side. Your feet will be a little wider than hip width distance, and you can just let your feet flop. So wherever you are, settle in and just breathe. When your mind starts to wander, come back to that breath coming in and out of your nose. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, rock your head side to side. Take that good morning stretch, and you can still do that if you're at the wall or on the floor. On the exhale, bend your knees slowly like you're moving through honey. Roll to your favorite side. If you're at the wall, you can walk your feet down. Use your bottom arm as a pillow. And pause for a moment in this yogi fetal position. Coming back to that intention that you set for your practice this morning. And then go ahead, using your arms to push up, come to a comfortable seated position. And we will end as a community. And I've been thinking about this a lot recently as I've been teaching, to end with Om Shanti Shanti. I think about my teachers in India, and I think about the 3 levels of Shanti. And the first Shanti is to ask for peace and protection from natural disasters and really all the craziness that can go on in the world, the things that can really harm us and our families and our people that we love. And the second one is to help me to find peace from things that distract me in my mind. It might be leaf blowers. It might be people telling you things that you don't want to hear. It might be, just that noise that we need to tune out so that we can do our yoga practice. If there's something going on, if your neighbor's fired up his leaf blower, there's a dog barking. The third one, again, is always finding that peace of mind. And as the wise teachers say, is if you can reach that peace of mind for any amount of moments, it can make all the other 2 don't matter anymore, because if you can find it in your mind, you can find true peace. So we all hope for that. And hopefully this hour that we're together, we can find some of that together with our breath and our stretching. So go ahead and let's inhale together. And I invite you to practice at home, or you can just listen, but we'll inhale together. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all creatures live in peace. I bow to the light in all of you, and I thank you all so much for coming and practicing with me this morning. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Anne. It was great.